begin your journey in New Barktown. Nothing ever happens here, but don't get too comfortable. You're a mere human in one of the deadliest Pokemon regions. You decide to explore as you head to Cherry Grove City, but to get there you have to head west to Route 29. Seems harmless at first sight. It's got wide open paths and tall grass swaying in the wind. But then you notice the grass starts moving, and out pops a Sentret. A Sentret is a very cautious scout Pokemon. It may look small and innocent, but here's the catch. If it spots an enemy, it cries loudly to warn its kind. Congrats! You've just booked a date with the entire pack. Death is just around the corner. But luckily, you escape with nothing but scratches, because these 2-foot ferrets aren't exactly deadly to a human like you, so you keep on moving until you see buildings again. You finally reach Cherry Grove City. It's clean, you can smell flowers and a sea breeze, you get to breathe again. But Johto doesn't let you relax for long, because the road north is waiting patiently for you. Route 30 feels different. The grass is thicker here, which means bigger Pokemon could be hiding, and if you're not lucky, there might be a Poliwag lurking. Poliwag prefers the water, but if you give it a reason to attack, you better have brought a spare set of clothes, because Poliwag will use Water Gun to blast with a shot of water. It can cause bruising, deep muscle pain, maybe even rib injuries, but let's say you dodge the Water Gun. You keep going, and you don't look back. Too bad. You now have to get through Route 31. Adrenaline is pumping, but you don't see anything. At least not initially, because here, the danger isn't below you, it's above. Surprise! It's a Hoot Hoot! All of a sudden, you're hit with this weird, unseeable power. That's extrasensory, a move that gives you migraine-level pain. You want to move, but your body doesn't listen. Pretty scary stuff. Okay, so you make sure to look above you from now on. Bad move. Instead of heading to Violet City, you've just stumbled into a dark cave. The good news, though? You spot the Zubat above and you evade them. The bad news, you just kicked a rock by accident. Wait, that's not a rock? That's a Geodude, and you've just pissed him off. Geodude sets off an earthquake and you instantly lose your balance. That won't end you, but, the falling debris probably will. So, yeah, don't go into that cave. You finally get to Violet City and it's glorious. There's stone buildings and ancient towers. The place has history. But that also means it has survivors, which you'll soon find out nearby. Route 32 runs along water. It's got tall grass and an open sky. Wait, maybe Johto isn't so bad after all. But then you notice the trees, and that's when you hear it. A heavy, deliberate crunch. Out from the trees steps Heracross, covered head to toe in steel. Its horn is shaped like a weapon because, well, that's exactly what it is. It glows bright white and rams you in an instant. Its Mega Horn attack is like being hit by a car. The force alone would pulverize ribs, rupture organs, and collapse lungs on impact. And if you survive long enough to reach the cave ahead, well, you'll probably think the worst is over, but it isn't. To get to safety, you now need to traverse through Union Cave. The cave is damp, echoing. Luckily for you, there's only a 5% chance of meeting Onyx. This beast is almost 9 meters tall and can probably outrun you. So, yeah, you don't stay too long. But then you realize that Route 33 is just as bad. It's pouring down with rain, and the birds are even bigger. You get cornered by Doduo. It's got 2 heads and a beak built for drilling. Peck results in repeated stab wounds. Immediately fatal? No, but enough to make sure you don't escape. So you limp into Azalea Town, a nice enough place with wooden homes and slow rivers. But people here know the forest nearby is cursed. You decide to see for yourself. Ilex Forest feels alive, not metaphorically, literally. Paras scuttle across the forest floor, infected by fungi. Then there's Pinsir. Those horns exert crushing force capable of snapping your bones. But all of this, it's just a perimeter. Deep inside the forest, everything goes quiet. And then, you feel it. Celebi, a mythical Pokemon who is the guardian of the forest. The scariest part? Celebi only appears in peaceful times, which means if you're seeing it, you're the problem. Future Sight means it attacks lands after you think you're safe. It's truly the scariest way to go out in the Johto region. Or is it? You run as fast as you can towards Goldenrod City, but that's exactly when a Drowsy steps into the road. It doesn't attack, because it doesn't need to. Hypnosis is basically a death sentence in these parts, so you don't stop running until the city gates slam shut behind you. Goldenrod City at last. Bright lights, noise, safety. At least for now. Because if this is what the beginning of Johto looks like, you don't want to know what waits deeper in the region. Route 35, though, looks suburban, almost normal. Until you hear growling. Out of the grass steps a snubble. You think it looks cute, until you see its jaw. That mouth is not for smiling, it's for crushing. Snubble's bite force would be comparable to large bulldog breeds. It can shatter fingers, tear muscle, and fracture forearms. Route 37, though, isn't any better. The trees thin out, allowing you to see it clearly. It's a stantler, and it looks majestic and tall. But make no mistake, it is absolutely not friendly. Imagine being impaled by its antlers. Not pleasant at all. But if you don't linger, you reach the city ahead just before nightfall. Ekritik City feels old. Not traditional old, but old like something has been watching this place for centuries. This city doesn't celebrate its myths. It fears them. Especially when you get to the Tin Tower. The air gets hotter, then the sky changes color. Not red, not orange. Every color at once. And then it descends. Ho-Oh, 12 feet tall, wings wide enough to block the sun. Ho-Oh commands sacred fire, not normal fire. Fire hot enough to melt stone and incinerate steel. But in your case, you wouldn't even scream. Your body just wouldn't allow it.